Hello and welcome to another edition of UFO Video Addicts. Let me give you a quick preview of what I got coming up in this video. The first is a video submitted by Michael Ford in the comments in reference to a video that I posted about a retired U.S. Air Force lieutenant talking about a UFO disabling I think it was a Minuteman missile back in 1964. And this is supposedly... Well, actually, I don't know if this is the actual video because it doesn't do this, this crafter doesn't do what he said it did, but it's definitely something checking out this missile launch. Also have this video here of a couple guys who go out and film planes landing, and they were filming KC-10s, I think they were, refueling some F-22s, I think they were, or F-35s, I don't remember what it was. But anyways, they caught some UAPs flying by these things. And actually, I also have this here where it's an article about this incident. But in the article, they said that it was caught during a Joe Biden fundraising trip to Los Angeles. I'm not too sure about that. Also have this kind of long video. It's just over 6 minutes long of some cube-shaped UAP over Ecuador. And then this one here is supposedly, you can see it's a dead alien, but I'm not 100% convinced this is real because look at these things here. And this part here kind of looks like PVC pipe. But, again, this person, only has 10 subs. I think it's only been up for a few months. Of course, I'll leave a link and you can check it out and make up your own mind. Oh, yeah, now this one here, I'm going to warn you. We're going to, take a close-up look of this, and it's pretty gruesome. But, yeah, these are one of those images that I don't know if it's authentic. This could be, well, this guy asked ChatGPT to analyze this particular image. So now, according to all of the analysis, right, this could be an actual image that, of this object. But who's to say that this thing is a real, This could be something that was created, or I don't know, maybe it was an aborted fetus or something like that. But yeah, I'm going to warn you, like when we get to the last image, the full image of this thing, which is pretty big, it does look pretty gruesome. Let's see. Also have this from Twitter. This is about John Ramirez, a retired CIA intelligence analyst. And, like I've always been saying, right, disclosure is not an event. It's not going to be one day where, some leader comes out and announces that we aren't alone. Disclosure is a process. And here he explains, the phases. He says, we've already gone through phase 1 through 4, and phase 5 is going to start in early 2024. So we'll look at that. Also found a couple clips on TikTok. This is Tucker Carlson revealing what he's learned about the dark side of this UFO phenomenon, and how, some of it may be spiritually based. I'm not too sure if I'm buying all that. And also have this clip here. This is a short clip from, I think this is from the X-Files movie. But, there's this thing called predictive programming that is supposedly employed by the ruling class, so to say, where, if they're going to do something, as long as they let us know in some way, it kind of absolves them of their guilt of, doing some horrific things, because they consider that they warned us. And, a lot of supposedly things have been revealed in different TV shows. But yeah, this is a clip from the X-Files movies where they're basically revealing the current agenda, which is happening right now. And then last is, like I said, it's this Daily Mail article about this UFO caught on camera. But like I said, when I watched the original video of this. Yeah, you see it's from the same, LA flight. These guys never talked about there being a Air Force One landing. But you know what? But I was wondering why was this KC-10 refueling these the F-35s? Why was it refueling there above LAX? So these could be like the support planes for Air Force One. So yeah, maybe that was it. But anyways, let's go to this video here. Like I said, this was submitted by Michael Ford in the comments. Just real quick, is this real UFO footage of the Vandenberg Air Force UAP incident? So let me just back this up a hair. Check this out. You see in this, clip, right, that UAP comes into frame, and then a few seconds later, that missile obviously is disabled. But Robert Jacobs, when he described what he saw, right, he said the UAP came in from one side, and flew around the missile and was shooting lasers at it. And I didn't see any lasers in that one. So I'm not sure if it's the same incident, but it is, the same year and at Vandenberg Air Force Base. Anyways, let's check out this one here. Now, let me see if I can find the timestamps. Oh yeah. So now this one here is, these guys that were at LAX filming some planes landing. Let's see.
Flying directly above LAX.
Go.
Go, Josh, go. We have them, KC-135, and one. Is the other one getting fuel?
No, actually that's supposed to be a KC-10.
I'm not too sure. But
anyways, let me just jump ahead here to where the first UAP is spotted. I think that's at 1:30. Okay, here, watch this.
Over Los Angeles, over LAX. Give us a yes, give us a no. If you want to keep
there it is right there. You see that?
It's
you see it comes across the screen here like this. Let me back it up a little. Watch, it's going to come in between these. I think we got right through here.
Give us a yes, give us a no. If you want to keep
there it is right there.
seeing.
Yeah, right there. You see this orb here flying through. So that's that one. And then they see another one. Let's see, it was 4:38. Now this one's also going to be real quick.
The best cameraman in the entire world. You're enjoying his work.
There it is right there.
Right now.
Yeah, you see it came up from the top of the screen this time. Let me back that up a little. Again, it's going to come from the top of the screen.
Entire work. In the entire world, you're enjoying his work.
There it is right there.
Right now.
We saw something else fly above too.
Jeez Louise, Josh was spotting the UFOs, man. Are you ready?
That? Someone has to watch the replay on that one too.
Who's gonna see the replay?
Something shiny that was like, it was moving around weird. It could have been a bird.
Yeah? His work. Right now. His work. Right now.
Yeah, and then one more at 6:59.
That's insanely far.
There we go. Do we have anyone?
Oh!
Yes!
What is that?
Oh, that's it. Hold on a minute.
That's one of the things.
Is that it? Is that one of the UAPs that we've been talking about?
I'm kind of scared of looking at this.
Hold on a minute, guys. This is one of the UAPs that we've been looking at. Is this it, Josh?
You know, Peter, that doesn't look like... I'm not too sure what that is. Could it be a balloon?
No, if this thing was a balloon, I'm sure it would be moving, because I'm sure it's kind of windy up there. This thing doesn't seem to be moving that fast. I don't know if it's stationary, but I'm pretty positive it's not just being whipped around, by the winds. It seems to be something that's being intelligently controlled. But anyways, that's that video. Link will be in the description. Now this one here, this is long. I'm not going to play the whole video. It's pretty long. But apparently these guys caught some kind of object. It's not easy to see either.
Son como dos huevadas en uno.
O sea, no, esperemos que pase por acá, está viniendo por acá, creo. O se está alejando. Yo no
Son
sé.
3 huevadas, son varias, maricón. Mira este video.
No, que eres loco.
But it definitely looks like it's, something
mira lo que estoy viendo
is
en la cámara.
moving. And it kind of looks like there's some kind of glow around
Mira
it.
esa hueva. Se dobla y se pone el lámpara. Mira, ahí cae.
No, debe ser un helicóptero.
Se está... Ñaño, estamos viendo un ovni.
No.
Son 3...
I wonder if it's two
No
objects.
Socio, mira esa nota, socio.
No, a lo mejor es un pájaro. Pero solo que está lejote.
No, porque tiene...
Es un pájaro y está moviendo la aleta suave. Está así.
No está moviendo.
No, cabrón.
Yeah, and another thing, it looks like 3 separate objects. This thing is,
No sé qué chucha es esa nota.
it seems to be moving a little too slow to be a balloon, but I wouldn't rule that out. It could be a balloon with some objects attached to it, and they're just spinning around each other.
No, es un pájaro, mira, es un pájaro. Está moviendo suave la aleta, mira. Está moviendo
No, es
suave.
gigante para verlo. Entonces sería gigantesco.
No, eso es lo que es negro.
Socio, lo único que yo veo en la cámara es una hueva que no entiendo.
Yeah, I don't know how these guys determined that it was a cube-shaped object.
Pero ¿qué es lo que tú ves en la cámara, socio?
Anyways, that's as much as I want to play of that. Link will be in the description. You want to check out the rest of it. Let's go to this one here. Yeah, now, like I said, this one here, I'm just going to, play it, put the link in, and you can make up your own minds. I'm not 100% convinced this is a real alien being, although it does look similar to those alien beings that were revealed, or that they found in Chile, I think it was, and that was revealed in that Mexico event. Yeah, like what the heck is this here? Is that supposed to be its guts or something? Yeah, and look at these things here. Right, this just looks like plastic. I don't know, is this someone used some PVC pipe to make this? Or is it real? Yeah, and I find this guy's breathing a little too overly dramatic. I don't know. That's as much as I want to play with that. Anyways, of course, the link will be in the description. Check it out. Okay, now this one, I'm going to warn you, when we get to this image here, which is the 4th image, it is, you can kind of see here in the small image, it looks pretty gruesome, but who knows if this is real. But yeah, apparently some guy asked ChatGPT to analyze a recent picture that came out. Hopefully this means something to someone smarter than me. Like I said, according to like the edge detection and stuff like that, this is something that's there. It's not an image that was like created in Photoshop, you know what I mean? Not a paste and copy or something that was put together. Otherwise that edge detection would have seen that. This could be, what we're seeing is real, but is what we're seeing a real alien, or is it just a doll that someone created? Okay, now here again, like I said, fair warning, I'm going to go to this 4th image, and it's going to be a close-up of this, and it's going to look kind of gruesome. So, if you don't want to see that, definitely fast forward, but here we go. Yeah, look at this thing. Yeah, I mean, is this like an aborted alien, or is it an aborted human fetus that just didn't form properly? Or is this something that was, created to try and hoax people, to make them think that it was an alien? Or is it real? There's always the possibility that it could be real too. That maybe this was some deformed gray clone that was disposed of, and someone just happened to find it. But anyways, yeah, you can see here, here are the results of the image analysis, which, like I said, this seems like a real object, but now whether the object is actually a real alien or is it something that was created, I don't know. But anyways, let me get through this. I have 4 more links to get to. In the last 2, I want to play the whole thing. So let me kind of get to this. Okay, now so here is this Twitter post from the One. According to this screenshot of a slide allegedly from ex-CIA intelligence analyst John Ramirez, we're in the UFO disclosure end zone, to borrow Chris Mellon's poignant words. Like I said, disclosure is not an event. It is a process. It is a process that we're currently in. And, this is what John Ramirez is saying. Phases of disclosure. Phase 1, gather and preserve intelligence reporting and documentary evidence. Phase 2, identify current and former personnel who have or had direct access to intelligence report and knowledge of documentary evidence. Phase 3, gather and preserve testimonies and eyewitness accounts for the record. Phase 4, prepare testimonies and eyewitness accounts for release. And Phase 5, release testimonies and eyewitness accounts for global dissemination. So phases 1 through 4 complete. Phases 5, which is supposed to start in early 2014, and this is John Ramirez. I'm sure, if you guys have been in the UFO community for a while, I'm sure you've seen him do several interviews with people. Again, in some of the stuff that he's talked about, I don't believe. Like, I don't remember what it was that he said that was just too incredulous. Anyways, that's that. Let's see. I got this one here. Okay, now this was from TikTok, so I can go ahead and play the whole thing. But this is, Tucker Carlson talking about some of the darker aspects that he's learned about this whole UFO phenomena. Anyways, check this out.
The second thing that bothers me is the UFO story. If you talk to people who, have actual knowledge of it, that they gathered themselves, there are parts of that story that I do not understand at all that are really, really, really dark. It's so dark that I, haven't told my wife about it. I mean, I haven't verified any of this, but there's some stuff there that's just like, man, I'm not even sure what that means. There's a spiritual component there that I don't fully understand. That story bothers me. And I think, last thing I'll say, that one of the reasons that we've had all these disclosures and all these, 10 whistleblowers at this point, and it hasn't really become front page news. Part of it's suppression. Parts of the government don't want you to know about it, but part of it is the public can't deal with it. It's too far out. The implications are too profound.
And recently that has been going viral all over social media when you were specifically talking about UFOs, and you were specifically talking about something that is hard to kind of really understand here. I was wondering, what's your kind of take on all of this? Because I see this as a spiritual war. Do you see this as a spiritual war? What are your kind of core belief systems when it comes to addressing the larger evils of the system?
Well, it's my personal belief, based on a fair amount of evidence, that they're not aliens. They've always been here. And I do think it's spiritual. That's my view. So, and again, it's not provable, but based on the evidence, I think.
I'm with you.
Absolutely. Well, the military has been working in this realm for a very long time. They have been also trying to weaponize it. There's also a lot of crazy experiments that they did with DMT, hooking people up essentially to DMT IVs, having people go off into the spiritual realm. So
if the U.S. government has in fact had direct contact with these beings, whatever they are, I've already told you what I think they are, and has entered into some sort of agreement with them, which is the claim of informed people. If that is true, it's a very, very, very heavy thing.
Yeah. Angels and demons, or how would you describe these beings?
these are, again, I'm getting into the realm of conjecture, so I just want to say that flat out.
Entity.
But one thing I know for a dead certain fact, having seen it, is that there is good and evil, that we are being acted upon at all times. And I think every person can feel that in himself. I mean, there are moments when you are moved to do things that are much better than you actually are, and that are also more evil and destructive than you actually are. You are subject to forces from outside yourself. That is absolutely true. There are forces that are not human, that do exist in a spiritual realm of some kind, that we cannot see, and that when you think about it, sort of make you think we live in an ant farm, right? That is real, okay?
The second thing that bothers me is the UFO story.
I just want to quickly point out, he said, which is what I've always been saying, is they're not aliens, you know what I mean? They're not extraterrestrials, that they've always been here. So he just repeated that. Now, again, I've said, I'm sure some of them are visitors, but the majority of these crafts that we see originate from the planet, and like he and many other people have said, they've always been here. Anyways, let's go to this one here. Now, again, this is a long one. It's going to be 4 minutes and 43 seconds long, but I'm going to go ahead and play the whole thing. But like, this is from the X-Files. I think this was from the X-Files movie, where they are revealing, the agenda of the establishment. And, I think this is all part of the predictive programming aspect of it, where for whatever reason, anytime the ruling class wants to do, or wants to engage in evil acts against the majority of the population, that they somehow have to reveal it as a way to absolve themselves of the guilt, because they're like, hey, we told you what was going to happen, so we gave you fair warning. But anyways, check this out.
Larger conspiracy. A conspiracy of men hiding science for almost 60 years. Secrets kept from the American people by a self-interested cabal intent on the consolidation of power both at home and on a perilously global scale. But questions remain unanswered. When and where these men might play out their dark plans. Tad O'Malley has been making claims.
Claims about what?
You and everyone you know has a piece of DNA in your genome, put there without your knowing it.
Put there by whom?
Well, that's the question of the day.
This is an internet lunatic. You're not saying you believe him.
Hold on, Agent Einstein. You're talking to a scientist.
Forgive me, Assistant Director. It may sound insensitive, but the suggestion is pure science fiction.
What I'm saying, Agent Einstein, is that the facts, as I understand them, cannot be discounted out of hand.
No one has the right or the ability to tamper with your DNA.
Unless we gave them that ability.
When you say they're tampering with our DNA, that they're able to shut down our immune systems by the addition of something to our DNA.
Yes, but I don't know how exactly.
Or how it's being triggered.
I don't know that either.
Or why it's happening now. What can we possibly do?
We need to act quickly.
You were right about that.
Well, I was wrong about the science. I was wrong about what's causing it. Dead wrong, in fact.
But it's clearly a widespread failure of our immune systems.
Through gene tampering. A virus within a virus that was put there through the smallpox vaccine. It's what these men are calling the Spartan virus.
We have to figure this out. What's wrong with the science?
Okay. The Spartan virus removes the adenosine deaminase gene from your DNA. Removes the ADA gene and your immune system will simply vanish.
Yeah, but I'm not getting sick.
It's only a matter of time.
Okay. So how does it work? How does the virus remove the ADA gene?
A process called CRISPR-Cas.
CRISPR-Cas9. RNA and a protein cutting genes at exact locations.
Exactly, but in this instance used as a weapon.
The ultimate weapon. The ability to depopulate the planet. To kill everyone but the chosen.
By tampering with their DNA.
Through gene editing.
Why do such a thing and lie about it? Our own government.
Your own government lies as a matter of course, as a matter of policy. The Tuskegee experiments on black men in the 30s, Henrietta Lacks.
What are they trying to do?
That's the missing piece.
But it's not hard to imagine. A government hiding, hoarding technology for 70 years at the expense of human life and the future of the planet. Driven not only by corporate greed, but a darker objective.
The takeover of America.
And then the world itself, by any means necessary, however violent, or cruel, or efficient. By severe drought, brought on by weather wars, conducted secretly using aerial contaminants and high-altitude electromagnetic waves, in a state of perpetual war, to create problem, reaction, solution scenarios to distract, enrage, and enslave American citizens at home, with tools like the Patriot Act and the National Defense Authorization Act, which abridge the Constitution in the name of national security. The militarization of police forces in cities across the U.S., the building of prison camps by the Federal Emergency Management Agency with no stated purpose, the corporate takeover of food and agriculture, pharmaceuticals and healthcare, even the military in clandestine agendas to fatten, dull, sicken, and control a populace already consumed by consumerism.
And I encourage you all to go shopping more.
A government that taps your phone, collects your data, and monitors your whereabouts with impunity. A government preparing to use that data against you when it strikes. And the final takeover begins.
The takeover of America.
By a well-oiled and well-armed multinational group of elites that will cull, kill, and subjugate.
Happening as we sit here.
It's happening all around us.
The other shoe waving.
The banks will announce a security action necessitating their computers to go offline all weekend.
Digital money will disappear.
They can just steal your money?
Followed by the detonation of strategic electromagnetic pulse bombs to knock out major grids.
What will seem like an attack on America by terrorists or Russia.
An invasion of the U.S.
The Russians tried it in '47.
Imagine, but it's just it.
Right, in the invasion of the U.S. Remember, you want to know why our borders are open, right? While millions of people are flooding into this country at this moment. You wonder why the governor of Illinois, Pritzker, signed a bill that will allow non-citizens to become police officers. You wonder why Dick Durbin, Senator Dick Durbin, on the House floor announced that because the recruitment in our U.S. military has diminished so much that they are going to let non-citizens join the military, and once their military service is over, they will become U.S. citizens. Think about that. Think about people that didn't grow up believing in the Constitution, suddenly given police authority, right? Handed guns while they're trying to take guns away from us. They're going to give non-citizens weapons and the authority to arrest us. So, I don't want to say it's a conspiracy theory, but something is definitely going on. Now, yeah. Anyways, a link to that will be in the description. Let me just get to this last one here. This video is getting kind of long. So yeah, like I said, in this article, it says U.S. UFO caught on camera hovering over Air Force One at LAX during Joe Biden's fundraising trip to Los Angeles. Now, this is these are the same clips from, this video here. But like I said, these guys never mention. I think they did say something about a presidential, but they didn't really emphasize anything about this being, this KC-10 refueling these F-35s that are part of the escort team for Air Force One. But you know what? It very well could have been. I'm not too sure, but here's the article. If you want to check it out, the link will definitely be in the description. But anyways, thank you so much for making it to the end. As I said before, if you appreciate the time and effort that I put into bringing you this information, please give this video a like, please share this video, and more importantly, please subscribe. It'll really help me out with the algorithms. Until next time, take care.